Good evening, and welcome to the commentary for the film Sara. I am your host and director, TLA. It is October the 22nd, roughly about 7 o'clock p.m. We're about a week away for the release of Sara, and instead of doing behind-the-scenes footage this time around, I want to do a full-fledged commentary, frame by frame, scene by scene of the film Sara. So without further ado, let's get started. Now the film opens up with some flames and a very important paragraph. I like to do things as a director in contrast. Open up the film with flames, fire, and as you know, the film will end in ice and snow. The sounds you hear are opening metal doors to give some ambiance. And now the very first image is inside the belly of Sara. There is no timetable when this takes place, but it's definitely in the past. The ghost is roaming the ship, lost. He is a helpless romantic searching for his love, Sara. And the backdrop of this tragic gothic love story, many moons ago, this captain took side jobs, deporting slaves from Africa to the mainland. And to his demise, later on in the future, he fell in love with one of the slaves. And as you know, slaves don't have names once they've been sold and bought as property. But this particular woman he fell in love with, he named her after his ship, Sara. Soon after they get back to the mainland, it's hard to hide a secret of that magnitude, and soon they were caught and found out. They hung Sara for all to see in the public eye. And as for the captain, they bound his hands behind his back and made him walk the plank on his own ship to fall to his watery grave. As the camera's panning throughout the ship, you hear the voice explaining his love for Sara and what he wants when he sees her again. He wants to dance, laugh, be together, and how things used to be when they were once together. You're getting detailed images of inside a particular bedroom in this ship. Now the thing about this opening scene, this bedroom you will never see again throughout the film. It's the only time you would see these particular walls, shelves, pictures on the walls, and the placard that says Sara. There's two different ones. There's one in this room, there's one in the master bedroom, which you will see later. But this was interesting to walk through these narrow corridors in the belly of the ship. It was truly creepy, and hopefully it came across on film how creepy it was being there. It was something else. This ship has so many nicks and crevices and tight spots to squeeze through. Some of these little corridors are no wider than 2.5, 3 feet. You got to squeeze through there. And when it's dark, it's very, very less desirable. It has 3 entrances into the ship. You have to walk down these steps. This particular area of the ship here, it's magnificent. You have these 2 open doors. To the left here, when it pans, you see the little fan. Very, very unique ship. And once the door creaks open, we get started with the opening credits. The famous thunder crack. The sound you hear in the background is a projector, and there we go. The Blacktastic Media logo. So you know you're watching a production of Blacktastic Media. Put together some very smooth, not so much somber music to make you feel a little safe. and a beautiful black and white image of a ship on the water. Now, the music that was playing earlier when the ghost was talking was kind of gothic, kind of Tim Burton-ish. You know, I like that little opera singing of the female and the creepy music. I love Tim Burton's style. And I want to honor Tim Burton at the beginning of this film with like a Tim Burton type song for the film. Now we cut to more modern music with the opening credits. Sara. Directed by myself, written by my good friend Ronald Brady, and it's produced by Blacktastic Media, executive produced by myself. I love to use stills in my films. I'm a big fan of Spike Lee. When She's Gotta Have It came out, he took beautiful pictures or still images along with film integrated throughout the whole movie. And it's art. It's absolute art. It slows down the pace because this movie definitely is a slow burn, and I did it intentionally. Like a point guard for a basketball team, you control the tempo of the game. Now you can run back and forth, high speed, you know, up and down the court, but you might make mistakes passing the ball, throwing it out of bounds, overshooting your basket. When you slow the pace down, it becomes more deliberate, and you can see your players, you can execute better. And to me, when you slow the pace down, it makes for a better craft of a film. You are the dictator. You control the audience emotions, feelings, and once they get used to your style after the first few minutes, then they relax and they go along for the ride. Just like when you're driving a car, somebody's a passenger, they can't dictate how fast you go or not. It is what it is. The skull image. This was used heavily in my marketing for the film. Now, I brought back the character Mr. Mortality from my last film, The Comforter. The gentleman, Daniel, who played him last time, I was bringing him back for this film. Unfortunately for him, he had some really tough times. He lost his brother. He was visiting in Africa. As soon as he got back, his brother lived in New York and he passed away. And this was all during pre-production of Sara. He was on board, he was ready. I emailed him his lines. But you know, when it comes to death, you have to take your time. And I didn't want to rush him. I didn't want to ask him, is it okay for you to come by? And you know, I just didn't go that route. I tried to switch it up, maybe use a female in this role. I approached a couple of people. But, you know, doing a film is hard, man. And they love the idea, but deep down inside, they really couldn't do it. And I respect that. So what I ended up doing is doing it myself. Yes, I became Mr. Mortality. I never wanted to be in this film visually. I just wanted to use my voice throughout the film. I just wanted to be the ghost. But in this case, I am Mr. Mortality and also the ghost in this movie, Sara. Now, these little lights inside the skull's eyes is for hypnotism. It's an old school trick. You know, I went old school on this. You do the thunder crack, the lightning in the background. That's the homage to the 1920s old school horror films. You have a creepy image, and you're forced to stare at it. And if you stare too hard, be careful, you might be hypnotized by the eyes. And Mr. Mortality is giving you the dialogue. He is your guide, telling you what's about to happen, giving you the background drop of what's going on in the history between the captain and Sara. This skull is creepy. When I first seen it, I'm like, yeah, this is good. And a lot of the people that reviewed this film loved this image and used it in their thumbnails and marketing and posters. It was really cool to see images that you found and people use them to help promote your film. Really, really, really cool, man. And now, Portland, Oregon. This is a beautiful city. The first images you're going to see took place in the Pearl District. That's like, Beverly Hills, like in LA, like the fancy part of town, skyscrapers and beautiful, clean streets. And this image here of these clouds, I filmed this actually in Sacramento, California. One day, the clouds were just amazing. And this is when the film just started taking off, and one of the first things I filmed was this. So this part here was in Sacramento, California. Now we switch over to Portland, Oregon and the Pearl District. I'm in a high-rise building taking these photos. It was breathtaking. And one of the things I like to do, I love black and white images. I like to do things like switch over to color to let you know something's coming to life. These are all subliminal images. You don't realize what your mind is taking in until later on, or like now, explain in a commentary about the film. Beautiful landscape in the Pearl District of Portland, Oregon. I was up high in that skyscraper. I was kind of scared. I took those pictures outside on the balcony. Now we're back in Sacramento, California once again, taking more images of this incredible cloud that day. In the background, you hear the newscast of the local news in Portland, Oregon, explaining the weather, clouds, and not rain for a while, but giving you the backdrop of how the city operates. And my first day in Portland, Oregon, I filmed this here. This is downtown, not too far from the bus station. And just a very unique, clean, beautiful city. I want to capture this to give you the contrast. Remember, fire, ice. In this case, the contrast between city and an island that's coming up in the next scene. Welcome to SAUVIE Island. As you see, the mood changes, the music changes. Same city, but now a different place, and it's totally different. The famous bridge, cross over into the island, a sign that welcomes you to SAUVIE Island. Oh, it seems nice and neat. And next frame right here, be careful, your first jump scare. We have a totem pole. I'm glad I filmed this because that totem pole is no longer there. It has since then been destroyed. This scene here is cool. Jamie, who's in the film and also helped me with production, she said, I have an idea. Why don't we scare these birds and they'll pop out and you can catch them on film. That's exactly what she did. It was really cool. A very early morning in SAUVIE Island on the marina, and it's just creepy. If you add the music, the ambiance, the look of the marina just gives you a whole different vibe opposed to the Pearl District. Still images of the floating house that's in the film. You're wondering why are we looking at pictures of this house? Well, everything comes full circle in this movie. You want to give subliminal images early to get your audience thinking and guessing, because everything you see here will come full circle, but it'll be in live action. You will see this kitchen again. You will see that window again, along with the marina in the background, and you would definitely see that chair again later on in the film. It goes black, and it's just another jump scare, but also introduction to our characters coming up. There's Frankie the dog. She is smart and beautiful. Her owner right here is Bree, playing Stacy in the film. She's my main lead, and she is an incredible woman, full of personality. I just love this woman. Welcome to Fred's Marina, and she's taking a trip down this long walkway to go visit her long lost friend. It's implied, but you have to really read between the lines. There was some falling out, and she hasn't been home in a while, so I left it very ambiguous. This is an old friendship, or it could be ex-lovers. I'll leave it up to the audience to decipher. Doing some panning inside this beautiful floating two-story home. This is the living room with these large windows, and you're looking out on the back deck and you see boats going by. This is remarkable. Got to get some Oregon, beavers in there. But this is a sliding glass door leading out to the back deck, and it's breathtaking. Look real closely, you see the deck floating. Just amazing scenery, and I've never seen nothing like this in my life, so it was great to capture this on film for memory's sake and for a great film. Now the mood changes. You get your first look at the ship from the top deck. People on their speedboats in the background. The music playing in the background, that sets the mood. Now Frankie the dog took off and started wandering around the marina, and she ended up on the ship. As Stacy, our lead, is taking a shower, Frankie comes out and starts wandering around. And dogs can sense evil. They can sense dread. And this ship is spider webs. It's creepy. It's just, very, very well done. I love this ship. If you look to your right, you see Frankie right there walking on the deck of the ship, scoping things out, sniffing around, and something strange. Now we pan downward to go inside the master bedroom of Sara. Goes black. The music immediately changes. And there's the bed in the master bedroom. There's some shelving, very detailed carvings in the wood. This ship is gorgeous. Just all the wood details, and oh man, the antiquities and everything of this ship is amazing. Yes, that is a toilet right there. The control room. A cool sign: beware of pickpockets and loose women. Yeah. I love this shot. You pan to the left, looking upwards, and there's Frankie looking dead on at you. Now, we're getting a POV vision of the dog from the ghost point of view. And dogs know, hey, there's something down there that's not right. And Frankie will not go down in the belly of that ship. She never leaves the deck of that ship in this entire movie. She's smart. Camera pans down, the music's getting louder and louder. And all of a sudden, the music just cracks. And then purposely I'm shaking the camera, slowed it down, open up to the main body of the ship. You recognize a few pieces from the opening scenes when the film first started, and the music is cranking up. The crescendo is coming. You get a sense that something evil is awakening in the belly of the ship. Notice the carvings, the beautiful details. Now we're panning to the left. This is actually a restroom with a bathtub. And going in there, and you're looking into the mirror, and officially the ghost awakens when it says Sara. And yeah, that's pretty amazing. Now, officially, this is the beginning of Act 2. Meanwhile, Maureen, played by Jamie, is cooking up some grub. We're panning inside of her pantry and kitchen. As you can see, without saying anything with words, just visuals, you know she's into cooking, gourmet chef, and cooking is a big deal. So after she told her to go take a shower, I'll get dinner ready. It's a taco night. And these scenes, I'm using the Dutch angles. It's when the camera is tilted to the left or to the right. And especially right here. Maureen's doing her best to hold it together while she's cutting the onions, but she's obviously pissed. She ain't seen her friend in a long time. Like I said, it could have been a relationship, could have been a friendship. But purposely I didn't show her face, to show the movement of her hands. And you see Stacy in the background trying to be cool, but the camera is tilted, Dutch angle, to show that things are uneasy. You can see it in Stacy's eyes. She's trying to make things better, but obviously she took off and did her thing she wanted to do, and trying to come back into Maureen's life and like everything is cool. Trust me, everything is not cool. Yes, getting the meal ready. And here's a shot of Frankie playing on the couch, jumping up and moving around. Now, those still images you're seeing in the beginning of the film are now coming to life. Look at this kitchen. It's amazing. Casual conversation, and Maureen is preparing dinner. Now you see Stacy. She puts on a black dress, very alluring. I love this Dutch angle because there's a reflection of the light onto the table, the counter. Kind of reminds you of reflection of water around on Marina. It's pretty cool. And let me tell you, man, Bree is wearing that dress. Damn, yes. Love this shot here. It shows you how beautiful she is and how shapely she is, but she's asking questions about Sara. And right here is a brief monologue by Maureen telling her the history of this ship, because she inherited this ship from the previous owner, so she knows a lot about it. I chose to go to black and white here to give it a classic look, elegance, while she's talking over the music. I brought back the Tim Burton type music with the hollows of the women doing opera in the background. Very creepy, but very, very smooth and gothic at the same time. Now, they had dinner. They're talking about, let's go out on the deck and have a drink and get caught up. If you look into Maureen's eyes, she's not happy. She just, let's just say what it is. She's setting her up. This is a tragic story. Whatever Stacy did to Maureen, Maureen hasn't got over it, and she's plotting for revenge. So whenever she got that phone call for her to come over to visit and stay a while, yeah, bring your butt here. I got something for you. Casual conversation on the back deck. I chose to go with Dutch angles again to show the beauty of this island. You got the sky in the background. And when he showed Maureen here in the picture, you see the elegance of the floating house. And this scene right here is very important because in the credits, these windows reappear again. It's very, very astonishing what happens. But casual conversation between old friends, ex-lovers, and, you know, things seem normal. Those who've seen the picture already knows what happened. So it seems normal and innocent, but one person is being cool, one person is plotting and planning. And you can see the lights in the background. Just beautiful deck tour on this deck in the back of this floating house. Just incredible to film there. Every day was beautiful, man. And they're so natural. And, you know, this story is actually a true story that Stacy's telling here. Pretty damn funny. She had to go to the hospital because she had mooned her boyfriend and fell over and hurt herself and damn near broke her damn arm. So, yeah, she's a riot, man. And she can rock those sunglasses. These women are swashbucklers. They can drive big-ass man trucks. They can go out doing things on the water, you know, kayaking. These girls are tough chicks, man. You know, these are not your scary, everyday girls, man. They make things happen. They hop up on the back of the truck, untie everything, get it going, get these kayaks in the water, and then you see Frankie with a life jacket on with the kayak with Stacy. It was nice and friendly for a while, but the music comes back in like, oh, that's right, we're in a horror movie. How soon we forget. So the ghost is awakened, and he's onlooking things from the ship. I purposely blurred out their existence to give it some ambiance, to focus on the decaying of the ship, how long it's been around. Again, another visual of the ghost's presence, watching these two ladies as they kayak across the water. And this island is so beautiful. I mean, look at this sunset. Yeah, that is a sunset on SAUVIE Island. Just every night looked like this when I was there filming. It's just incredible. But everything that glitters isn't always gold. The next morning, the title card says, pay attention right here. This is the first time you see the color red in the film. Very bright, noticeable red. Maureen is going out of town to the coast to go take some pictures of some anomalies that's happening over in Seaside Beach. And red is a very bad color in this film. When you see the color red, something bad is going to happen. So her wearing that is foreshadowing of bad things to come. And yes, that's all I can say about that. Just incredible shots of ships. Got your tugboats here moving these large ships. Every day was breathtaking to get these images on film. Pretty amazing. You got the birds, the water, the backdrop. I love this place. SAUVIE Island is incredible. Now you're seeing Sara to the right. So curiosity killed the cat. So you have Stacy taking Frankie for a little walk. Hey, let's go check out this ship, Sara. I heard all the stories about her. Let's see what this ship is all about. And in real life, Bree was a former, not gymnastics, but acrobat. So she's very limber, very athletic. And she said, look, I can do this, I can do that. So he wanted to use it for the film. Like she grabs this dog and just easily scales over this little rail here to get inside the ship. And just watch her very close. She's very graceful when she walks and portrays herself throughout the ship. You can tell she has a background in acrobatics. She's very graceful, very elegant. And it was a great addition to the film because, like I said, these girls ain't no punks. These are some swashbucklers. They do their own stunts and everything. But just watch how gracefully she bends down and swings. You can tell she has total control of her body in these scenes. And this was her idea right here, to climb up and do this. This was not in the script. She goes, hey, I can do this. I'm like, great. She got up there with ease. And it added something like, okay, this girl can take care of herself. Rocking the Chuck Taylors, the booty cutter shorts. Yeah, yes, indeed. And yeah, I had to get a butt shot. I can't lie. You're getting a little more visuals of the ship here. Now, if you look to the left, see that little ball floating in the water? That's actually a bee's nest. And yeah. We got attacked by bees on production of this film. Well, Bree got it worse. She got about 17 stings. I'm just getting her profile. Beautiful woman. Scoping out the ambiance and the land. And you're getting more and more of close shots of Sara. Oh, yes. Frankie hears them damn boats going by. These boat noises was added in post-edit. They wasn't happening directly on the scene. She's again venturing onto the ship, checking everything out. Very curious. And she's talking to her dog about, hey, ain't this cool, Frankie? Yeah, it's cool for now. First jump scare again on the top of the ship. I want to get a close-up of her eyes. She has very amazing, sleepy eyes. I love her eyes. Image from the ghost looking up. Yeah, come on down here. Got something for you. And these corridors are tight. Let me tell you, tight spaces. The crows you hear in the background, that's added in and post-edit. There are no crows in this area. But, you know, all scary movies had crows making that irritating quacking sound in the background. And just add for ambiance. This is like a very seductive chemistry between Stacy and the ship Sara. Story has it, once you venture onto the ship and start touching things, you're slowly being possessed by the ghost. You can see it in her eyes. She's full of wonder. How beautiful the carvings, the craftsmanship of this beautiful ship. But beautiful can be very deadly. She can't help herself. It's a romancing of the ship in sorts. And she has background of knowledge, and so she's telling the audience what things are as she's talking out loud, as she's touching everything. Very graceful with her fingers touching the numbers. I really love this scene. Gives you an idea of how she appreciates the finer things in life that are handmade. She's walking through the belly of the ship into the kitchen area. She's wandering past the control room. There's another staircase there. There's 3 staircases in the ship. She's venturing into the master bedroom of Sara. Turns on the light. She's looking around at all the beautiful craftsmanship. These carvings are amazing. The details that was inside this ship is mind-blowing. So I want to show this off, as well as her curiosity and knowledge of fine woodworks. Another small jump scare coming up pretty soon here. You get your first reveal of the other placard that says Sara in the master bedroom. As the camera pans up, there's an image that comes across with the jump scare music. And in actuality, that was Bree walking upstairs. I got that on film. It's pretty cool. And you got to step down coming out the bedroom because it shrinks. She's checking out the control room. Just curious George, checking out everything. Very curious. I love it too in these scenes. She has her hair down. Because as you see, she has the mohawk thing going. She shaved the sides of her head, and it's kind of cool. She has her hair down. She can change her looks at any different time. Very, very beautiful woman. Now you're starting to hear the ghost starting to make his presence. He's very happy that the new Sara is on the ship, soon to be his next. Just the details of the lights. I'm showing these lights purposely lighting up and being white because, as you know, at the end of the film there's a dramatic change in these lights, hence the color red, the sense of danger and doom. Like I said, red is a very, very bad color in this film. When you see red, I don't care how innocent it looks, run for cover. Touching everything, looking through these eyeglass, just incredible artifacts on this ship. And they're all owned by Bree. She owns all this stuff. And it was a incredible trinkets she had to add to the ambiance of this film. Walking to the restroom area where the tub is at, checking things out. This plays a major part in the third act, this room here, so it's pretty cool. Nice to get her image of her in the mirror, kind of creepy. You think something's going to pop out, but I'm taking my time with these jump scares and revealing things slow as possible. The ghost speaking again, saying, Sara, this is the 3rd staircase in the ship. This is in the master bedroom here. And yeah. The ghosts starting to move things. As they get powerful, ghosts start to move objects as they grow in power. Again, he says her name, Sara. That was lost love. As the ghost watches her walk off, he's getting anxious. He's getting desperate. He's getting angry. Now, officially, we're entering the 3rd act. All these beautiful statues and artifacts are on that back deck of the floating house. Just cool images for me that I don't see every day. It was nice to get it on film. And that noise you hear from the rope, that's actual. That is not sound effects. The sounds you hear mostly in this movie are actual sounds of what's going on. Look at the spider webs and the decay of the ship and the deck. Just beautiful. I love stuff like that. And now we're going to venture off after the ghost speaks. He's yawning and yearning for Sara. Seaside, Oregon. Now, when I first got there to film this movie, this is the first day of shooting. We went to the coast to do all of this. We had 2 days to get this done. And this bridge is taking you into Seaside Beach area of the coast of Oregon. Just beautiful. I love bridges. It was cool to get this bridge in this scene. You got birds in the background, that beautiful blue water. Just amazing, amazing. The music is subtle, but powerful. These beaches are amazing. Look at that. And the cool thing about this, like I said, red is a bad color. Well, it stands out vivid and clear with the backdrop of the sand and the water. Looks innocent, but is not innocent. And I love the scene here because Jamie, who's playing Maureen, has long, beautiful, curly, silky hair. And that with the backdrop of the camera and the bright red and then the background of the sand, it just looks great on film. You have it's beautiful. I love this scene here. Nighttime on the beach, kids and parents. I never seen bubbles so big in my life. They had this little thing that's making these bubbles. These bubbles were huge. And the kids was running on the beach, chasing the bubbles. It was a beautiful, fun time. Purposely, you don't see Maureen in this scene. I wanted to show some happiness and joy without that bright color red to give you a little different taste. The next morning, now we go back to SAUVIE Island. Another jump scare coming up. I use music a lot as a jump scare. I love the look of that fish is on the back deck of the floating house. What I'm doing here is showing that while Maureen is doing her thing back on SAUVIE Island, the music is creepy. Things look calm, but this is just the calm before the storm. And just unique features of wood, water, concrete, and another image of Sara. She looks innocent, far from it. Something's glooming and something's bad is going to happen. This right here is probably my favorite reveal shot in the whole film. I'm following her at Cannon Beach and it opens up wide. Like this is like my Jurassic Park moment here. And that gigantic rock in the background, that was in the movie The Goonies. And that beach is incredible. Yeah, that was in the movie Goonies. And this is Cannon Beach. So I got to go to 2 different beaches in 2 different days to film this movie. And these pictures you see, these still images, are real, taken by Jamie, who's playing the character Maureen. Just incredible pictures. Just stunning. Love this shot here of her fading off into the left distance. Everything looks innocent. People are out walking around, admiring the sights. And things are about to go horribly wrong real fast. Yep, it's daylight now, but not for long. Then I jump to, in the next scene, 7 hours later, so you know it's becoming nightfall. And I love this spider. Not really, but I hate spiders. This spider is huge. Man, the spiders in Oregon are gigantic. What I'm showing here is the prey. And once the spider gets you in his web, it got you. Another scene of the sunset in SAUVIE Island. I mean, look at this. It's gorgeous. It looks like a still picture, but if you look, yes, the water is moving in the background. If you keep looking, a little bird's going to jump up on that fence. Yeah. Now, everything goes haywire. This scene here was shot in Sacramento, California. The fading light. And this scene in the hallway with the door with the blinking light was also filmed in Sacramento, California. Real creepy. People think something's going to jump out, but I purposely held back, nothing jumping out. Very slow and deliberate with my scares in this film. Back to that chair that you seen in the beginning of the film and the still pictures. We're now upstairs in the master bedroom. Uh-oh. When a ghost gets powerful, it can start moving images. Yes. Very spooky. By the way, that was Jamie behind the chair making it move. Biggest jump scare of the movie right there. Didn't see it coming. After the scene was done, I was cracking up because we scared the shit out of that dog, Frankie. Poor baby. We go to black. And this music that I'm playing, I love that silhouette of her coming down the stairs. It's incredible. Love this scene here, using the lantern. This music, I found this music on YouTube and I slowed it down. And to me, it gives me that Terminator vibe. And, you know, she's now slowly being possessed by the ghost, so she's venturing back onto that damn ship at night. I couldn't wait to get to the night scenes. This is where everything really gets spooky and eerie. Like I said, she's a former acrobat. Look how she's holding the dog and a lantern in each hand. Just uses the strength of her legs to climb up on that boat with no hands. Homegirl is bad. And she's rocking them damn shorts, by the way. Now she gets closer to the entrance of the ship to go down. This is all one scene. When the light goes off, I did not cut the camera. I'm still filming. She's walking down these steps in the complete dark. And this corridor is like 2 feet wide. She had to squeeze past me to keep walking down the corridor, as you can see. This is all one shot. It was great. And then we go to the next scene here. And she's acting to nothing. My voice as the ghost, this was done in post-production. So she's following my lead, just scanning the room, looking worried, like where's that sound coming from? I'm not in control of my own body, what's going on? And she has amazing eyes. I love this scene right here, right before she yells. Creepy. And let me tell you, when this woman screams, whew, she screams. You get the entrance of Maureen coming back to the marina. You don't know it's her. That's why I filmed this at a low level to give you an idea, like, who's that? What is that? And then the next scene coming up is dark. Who's that walking down on the marina? A little bit of light. Oh, red. It's Maureen. You're thinking she's coming to her homegirl's rescue. Not. Remember, red is all bad in this movie. Cut back and things start going haywire. The door closes. Jamie's doing all the special effects. She's up there closing the doors. The music kicks in and it's just red and black and creepy, energetic music. And Bree is amazing in this movie. The way she moves, I mean, she's up for any task. I love it. Hop in the tub? Yeah, no problem. You want me to crawl on the floor? If you don't mind? Yes, I crawl on the floor. Not a problem. She is a gamer. And as the tension is building, she rises up from the ground real slow. I love that electric light in the background that goes on and off. It gives that sense of what's happening. I love that effect, how it lights up the wall and makes it black again. Lights it back up and it goes black. Really, 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 really cool. As she ventures over to the left. Now this is Jamie hiding in the closet, closing that door. This is Jamie upstairs on the deck, lowering the rope. Jamie's amazing doing all these things in the background. I love it. Let's have another loud scream. This girl can scream her ass off. And she runs backwards and to the rope. And very bold move on my part. You're actually going to choke a white woman on a rope and hanger? Yes. One of my best buddies is a director. Man, he said, TJ, I can't believe you hung a white woman on film. He said, our ancestors would be proud. I said, dude, you're crazy. Outside shot of the ship, the lights going out, giving us some ambiance. Now we're back to our Tales from the Crypt type character, Mr. Mortality, giving you a brief synopsis of what just happened. And again, the eyes are glowing. If you stare too long, hopefully you get that dread feeling of being hypnotized. And I want to do some narration like old school for this film. So I really enjoy doing this part, even though you don't see anybody. You're listening to dialogue for 2 straight minutes, but you're forced to listen because you have nothing to look at but a still image and some glowing eyes. That's purposely done to really get you to listen to this dialogue right now, because it is heavy music. Again, a thunder crack, an homage to the old school werewolf mummy movies from back in the day, Frankenstein. Yeah, man, I'm a sucker for old school films. Psycho. I did an homage to Psycho in my last film, The Comforter. I do another homage to Psycho at my end credit in this film. But yeah, these things are fun to do. And, you know, for a while there, I was doing a lot of my movie reviews just in voice alone, because I was training my voice to get ready for this film, to get into character. Because you have to get into character when you're doing voice acting. And you got to keep a certain tone, certain accent. And it's fun, man. I really enjoy doing these 2 characters, the Ghost and also Mr. Mortality. Love this character. He was a big hit in my last film, so I had to bring him back. Mr. Mortality is a cool guy. He's the black version of the Tales from the Crypt Keeper type dude, you know what I mean? Yeah, really like that. So, you think the film is wrapping up. I love that humming sound in the background from them scary women. I mean, the music in this movie, in my opinion, is pretty damn good, man. It keeps you on edge and creepy and nice. Now we go back here where it says 6 months later. And I love this scene because it's a dramatic change. Oh my God, there's snow on the ground. Are you serious? And Jamie, who's amazing, we switched cameras. We use an iPhone for this part here. Jamie filmed this herself right here. Yeah. It's rare that you get that much snow in Portland, Oregon, so we took advantage of it. And this is her film technique. The girl is amazing. She's a photographer, and she added a second unit to this film. It's just me and her, so gosh, she did a great job. I love these shots, man. She did exactly what I would have done, and she's lights out. Lights out. You're getting a really close-up look of Sarah with the snow as the backdrop. It's like a whole different film. And the special camera she got, you can really see the detail of the ship in the background. I love this scene. And again, the ominous music is back. And you're wondering, who's walking back and forth? Well, yes, it's Maureen. You don't know that yet, but soon you will know. And my favorite shot of the entire movie was shot by Jamie. She actually got into a boat on the water and got this remarkable shot right here. Look at this. I used this in the official trailer to give people a sense of scale of what this film was going to be compared to the cover. Look at this. That's amazing. My favorite shot of the whole film. Now we fade to black. You hear the voice. So yeah, you know, your ghost is still hungry for more women. Directed by yours truly. As I said at the end of the film, I open up with fire. We close it out with ice. These shots that you're looking at the end of this film were all shot by Jamie. We took full advantage of the snow. That thing fell over in real life. Yeah, her dad had to fix that. It was pretty bad. But she got that on camera. Shout out to my boy, the writer of the film, Ronald Brady. Look at this shot right here. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. I mean, this woman is incredible with this camera. What's up, Ronald? That's my man. We'll be hooked up again soon, working on another project. You're seeing images from the back deck covered in snow. Look at that. I really like this music in the background. This score is amazing. It kind of fits the ambiance I was going for the film. Look at that ship of Sarah. Look at that shot. It's just amazing. The snow on top. Yeah. And when your names pop up on the end credits, it has some dramatic flair with this music. Look at this. That's a plant that's frozen, man. I love that shot. Now we're getting to our starring actresses in the film. I love these women, let me tell you. The final shot of Sarah. Look at that. From the water. That's amazing. Bree, my girl. She was the lead of the film. Her name was Stacy. Purposely, you know, people don't say their names out loud when they're talking to each other. So you never knew what their names were until the end of the film. That was purposely done. Jamie. I love this woman. She's amazing, and she stepped in to play Maureen as well as doing all the special effects in the background. Just all around incredible person, man. TLA, who in the hell is this guy? I guess that's me. Yeah. Mr. Mortality. Yes, indeed. I really enjoy playing that character. And who is this other guy? TLA, this guy pops up a lot in these credits. Maybe he has something to do with the film. I'm not quite sure. Oh, as the ghost. Yes, Sarah. What a blast, man. What a blast. Produced by my incredible team, Blacktastic Media. We're making some noise, ladies and gentlemen. You know, hopefully this film blows up on YouTube and do some things. Executive producer, that would be myself. Everything came out of my pocket for this film to make it work. And the people who helped me out, love you. Oh man. Frankie, gotta get his name in there. Frankie the dog. Hell yeah, that's my baby right there. She is amazing. Love that dog. Sacramento, California, Portland, Oregon, Washington State. Yeah, man, we was all over. And the making of this film is really, really, really cool. And the most important part right here. Blacktastic Media with the plasma burst in the background. Cool image with the ice sickles and the fog is really, really, really cool. Yeah, man, I had a blast making this film. A lot of challenges. We got through it all. And the end product came out very well. I'm very proud of this film. And I made an announcement a while ago about there will be an end credit. My little moniker there, without you, there's no me. And I truly mean that. Without you, I don't exist on YouTube. Remember those windows doing the conversation in the background? Well, here they are again, except it's at night. And the reflection of the lights on the deck. And there's Maureen. And the cool thing about this scene, this is 6 months earlier. So what you're looking at, she's witnessing the death of her so-called friend being hung in that ship from that angle. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The commentary for Sarah. I hope you enjoyed it. Man, I had a blast going back in time, reliving this wonderful event of filmmaking. And I really enjoyed doing this commentary, man. Hopefully you learned a lot. I answered a lot of questions. And man, I'm looking forward to doing this again. Until the next time. Yeah. Always shoot for the stars. Believe in yourself. Anything is possible. I'm living proof. And I love you that love me. Peace. And I'm out.